Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Michaela and I make diamond painting videos here on this channel. And before we get into the intro, ignore my pointer finger nail. This is exactly the reason why I do not do gel nails very often, because one of them definitely ripped off in the shower, which is fine. It just looks weird now. But anyways, if you are new to Whippin' Chats, I basically work on my current work in progress, which today is my Diamond Art Club custom. And you know what that means. You know what that means. That means that I have finished Olivia the Witch Student. Oh my gosh. So today I'll be working on my Diamond Art Club custom. It's of me and Zeus. And we're just going to be chatting about life, about diamond painting, about everything, about nothing, all at the same time. Feel free to pull out your project, whatever you're working on, work alongside me while I chat. And I hope you guys enjoy this video and let's get right on into it. Okay, so I started this section earlier, so we're just going to be finishing this off. It's a little bit of a not great angle, but hopefully you guys aren't necessarily looking at the screen, or if you are looking at the screen, it's not actually as bad as I think it is. But anyways, as for my accessories today, I am using my Firefly tray. This is the Inferno Nano Drills and Chills 2025 tray. Of course, I am using my Donna Bass pen here with my thin metal 8-placer from Diamond Art Club and Randa's Crafty Corner putty in it. And then in the single placer, I'm actually using Randa's Crafty Corner, the hard and sticky scented wax, the Captain Crunch scent, if it'll load. There we go. Not load, focus. That's what I'm using in my single placer, and I'm not using any cover minders because it is an end section. So anyways, let me find my first color. You know, funnily enough, I actually don't have much of this section left. I did a good amount of it earlier today, but I guess I'll start, honestly, I don't know where any colors in this tray are. I've been going so, like, I would work on this painting in, like, what's the word? And not like spurts, but spurts is the word I want to use, because if you guys don't know, I have been doing a bunch of focus projects lately, but then I would go from having focus projects to not having focus projects to having multiple whips, and whenever I have multiple whips going, with this project particularly, this project never gets worked on. I haven't touched this painting in like 2 months. This is the first time in a couple months I've touched it, but anyways, you guys, I am very excited that I am back to working on this project. And I guess let's talk about me finishing Olivia the Witch Student this past weekend. So if you watched my month in review, the April month in review, I chatted about how I had a row and like a section and a half left of that painting, and I wasn't too sure if I was going to be able to get it done over the weekend. But let's see, that Friday, because I had filmed that video before I had actually done any sort of diamond painting on Friday. So on Friday, I was able to, I'm just trying to like picture it in my head. I was able to finish that second to last row on Friday. So honestly, that very end of that row was a lot of color blocking. Like that very last section was a lot of color blocking, and then that previous section, I guess, was also a good amount of color blocking. There was like a little bit more detail work, but like the detail work in Olivia the Witch Student in general wasn't that like confetti heavy, at least very comparatively to some of these other projects. Like, you know, this project Diamond Art Club Customs, you can redeem with your treasure quest cards once you have enough of them, and they are computer charted with some hand touch-ups, and so there definitely is a lot more in the way of computer charted confetti going on in this painting. So it's definitely a very stark difference from Olivia, but honestly, going back to this project after working on such a color blocking heavy painting, I think this is actually going to be a really nice change of pace, especially because I am so close to being done with this project. I have 3 more rows after this is done. How quickly do I think I'll be able to go through this painting? I don't know. I've given up on guessing on those kinds of things. But I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But anyway, so on Friday, I finished those last 2 sections. And then, did I start a section? Oh, yeah. And I also did on that Friday, I think. I must have done the first section of the top row. of Olivia. I must have. That was also, I think that was straight color blocking of one color except for like 2 AB diamonds. It was basically an entire like 10 by 10 centimeter section of straight up color blocking, which by that point in the painting, it was kind of taking me out, but at the same time, it was kind of welcomed in the sense of like, I could get the project done a little bit quicker. It's really not about speed for me, but by that point, I think I was just ready to like be done with it. I don't know if you guys get that way also, or if that's just me. By the time I get towards the end of a project, I do really enjoy, not like enjoy, I mean, I guess enjoy speed running it. I don't know. But again, it's not really about like the finishes, but like, I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to that. Or maybe you're the type of people who's like, I like to savor the end. Maybe I run the beginning and then savor the end. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. When I have focus projects going, I don't necessarily, I don't want to call it savor the project in general, because I feel like when you have one project going or 2 projects going, it's a little hard to like savor the project. Also, I think I need more wax in here. I don't know what's going on. It was so weird because I was using the other day, I think over the weekend, I was using the Pure Bliss Wax Company wax, the sweet pea scent, okay? Just, you know, it doesn't really matter the actual scent. I was using that earlier this weekend, and I'm like, wow, this is working really, really, really well for me, like, more so than it usually does. And I'm like, okay, but I want to switch it out to my Randa's Crafty Corner wax, so I went in with my tweezers and took out the wax, and I'm feeling the wax with my fingers, and I'm like, this feels like a glue dot. Like, did I accidentally grab the wrong tip and put it in the pen and thought I filled it with wax? But the thing is that this wax that I had used, I hadn't used prior to this, and there are scrape marks in here. So I don't know what to think. Because when I took the wax out of the pen, I was feeling it around in my fingers, and I'm like, this feels like a glue dot. Which maybe could explain why I liked it so much. I really don't think it was the glue dot. Also, if you're interested in how I load up my pen with wax, I literally just go in and scrape along the edges. I don't know what's been going on with this. Maybe I need to like clear out this tip or something and then refill it. But for this whip and chat, I'm not gonna bother. But yeah, I don't know. This is like my 3rd time like refilling it over the last 2 days. And I feel like usually this lasts me a couple of days. So I don't know what was happening. It literally doesn't matter. But I just thought that was so weird with the glue dots. I'm like, hello? Okay, also what I will say about, oh no, not just like a glob of the wax on the drill now. What I will say about this canvas, this is an issue I've had on this canvas particularly as long as I've been working on it, is the glue on this canvas is probably the slipperiest I've ever encountered with a diamond art clip canvas, and I usually really do not have glue problems. This is a canvas where I am running across some glue problems. What I actually did do before filming this video is I have kind of let this sit out for a little bit uncovered. Sometimes the reason for the glue being not so sticky is due to uncured glue, like the glue did not have enough time to settle before the plastic cover was put on. So sometimes like leaving your section open for a bit could do the trick. I definitely did not leave it open long enough for that to make any sort of difference. But I don't know if the wax is maybe just a little bit too sticky. It's not like actually letting me stick anything on here. Because honestly, my putty is working just fine to get this stuff on here. So I think the wax is the issue right now because it's a little too sticky for this glue right now. But anyways, I was definitely in the middle of saying something when I went across this tangent. This is just what happens with my whip and chats. Also, I feel like this nail is so bothersome. It looks so ugly because the thing is that like all of the nail polish came off except for that little sliver. You guys can't even see it. It's fine. It's like a little sliver, and I should have just gone in and just like cut the nail. You know, like cut it down so that way that's not like showing, but it's fine. Maybe I'll deal with it later. But anyways, I think I was just talking about being done with Olivia, the witch student. Or no, I was talking about how I was working on Olivia. Oh my gosh. I like how the tangents really are tangenting right now. So yeah, I did that little bit on Friday. And then Saturday is when I really hunkered down and finished a lot of it. I ended up doing some in the morning, and then I ended up finishing the painting by like, what time was it? Like 2 p.m. So yeah, that was really awesome. And then I did not diamond paint the rest of the day, so, which is fine, and I'll explain why that I didn't diamond paint the rest of the day in a bit. But anyways, so, oh no, yeah, this canvas particularly definitely has some slippery glue. Definitely the most slippery that I've worked with personally. But anyways, so yeah, I hope everyone had a really fabulous weekend and all that stuff. I am really glad to be back to working on this custom, and I'm excited to hopefully kind of just hone in on it and finish it. I talked about it a little bit in my vlogs, but I'm not quite sure yet if I want to approach this project, basically do like a row, not counting this section. This is a section that hasn't been finished for the last 2 months. I finished the entire row except this section, which is kind of a crime. I should have just finished the row. And so maybe like I might do a row of this project and then do a row or a couple of sections of Harmony in the Highlands, so that way I can have a little bit of like a change of pace, because even though Harmony in the Highlands is also pretty confetti heavy, I don't think it's gonna be as like, I don't know. I think this is just gonna take a while because of how much kind of computer confetti there is, computer rendered confetti, and Harmony in the Highlands is hand rendered, so there is a little bit more intention behind the confetti, and it's not all confetti. So I might go back and forth a little bit now that I'm down to 2 projects officially, and I think that might be good, because in June I will be kitting up Her Summoning by Ivy Dollamore, and if I don't have this project done by June, I'm hoping this project's done by June, but like if I am going back and forth, I might not finish this by June. Then I will work on Her Summoning and focus on both of this project and Her Summoning. And then in June, I could definitely, like, if I hadn't finished this project by June, I should be able to finish this some point in June, and then I'll have Her Summoning and Harmony in the Highlands, and I don't know, after that, I mean, it could be whatever I want. That's crazy. Be back to projects that I can just, like, kit up and start, and I'm not, like, worrying about focusing on finishing stuff that I had planned. So, yeah, crazy. But anyways, so yeah, so it's currently Sunday. It is Sunday, May 3rd, and my weekend was pretty good. It kind of took like a different turn than I was expecting. Let me explain. So on Fridays are always blurs for me, but I will try to remember what I did on Friday. I worked, and then did I go with my parents on Friday? You know, these little details really don't matter, but like I am always just like, what did I do on Friday? I think I must have gone with my parents. I think I did. Oh, because I went to the library because I had a couple books on hold. I was talking about it in my vlog, but I had 2 books that I was hoping I could pick up from the library on Friday, and I wasn't sure if the second one was going to make its way in, but it did, which is Just for the Cameras by Megan Quinn. And so most new releases at my library system are on a 2-week checkout period. You can renew it if there aren't any active holds, but like a lot of the new releases end up with active holds. So I was like, okay, I do want to start Just for the Cameras first, because that one's gonna have a 2-week, you know, loan period, and I'm probably not going to be able to renew it because, you know, it's still a new release. People are definitely waiting for this to come in, but there are like 1 or 2 libraries within the system that actually don't have that 2-week rule, and they do the normal 4-week rule, which is so bizarre, but you just never know what copy of the book you're gonna get when you get it on hold, right? And I was lucky enough to end up with the 4-week copy of Just for the Cameras by Megan Quinn, which is amazing. So I have 4 weeks to read that book, which is good because that book is a big boy book. It is a thick book for being a romance, and honestly, I feel like I typically shy away from bigger romance books because, like, why does a romance need to be like 500 pages? It probably doesn't, but honestly, I read a Megan Quinn book last year. What one was it? I don't remember. I just remember it being like, it was in the summer. They had like, I think it was like a fake marriage trope, fake dating. It was not, oh, was it fake marriage? I think it was just fake dating. And it was like, it was cute. It was funny. It was cute. And I think I remember giving it like 4.5 stars. And so when it comes to Megan Quinn, I guess I don't really care that it is so long because her books are really good. So I decided to check that one out, even though it is a behemoth of a novel. And yeah, I started that on Friday, but I actually have not read much of it since Friday because I just had a very busy weekend, but I read a little bit on Friday, and Friday was actually also the book club I had with Natalie, Diet Coke and Diamonds. If you are unaware, we run a book club every month, but the live streams for the book club are on each other's channels. So actually this month for May, I think we're going to be picking the winner of the book club soon, and just based on the results from when I checked earlier, we're probably going to call it very, very soon. I'm assuming the winner of the book club is going to end up being One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which I am really, really, really excited to reread. Okay, let me explain a little bit. So typically for the book club polls, we ask you guys for input. We will add on books that we find. So my birthday month is this month. Yay. My birthday is on May 14th. And we decided that for each other's birthday month, we are going to allow the birthday girl to pick the poll choices. I don't think that was a misplaced drill. No. Yeah, these are really slippery. Okay, but it's like sticking. I don't know. This is just goofy. Anyways, so the birthday girl gets to pick the poll options for the month. So I had picked a lot of my 4.5 and 5-star books. So I had One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. What else did I have? I had Stars Collide by Rachel Lacey, which I'm actually a little bit disappointed that that book didn't win. I wasn't expecting it to win, but I'm disappointed it didn't. However, I will be doing a reread of that one, I think in June for myself, because it was a great sapphic romance, and I remember reading it. It was like, I read it during the most perfect time in my life, and it was just, it was so, so, so good. So I'm gonna have to do a reread of that one myself. But that was a choice, and The Godparent Trap by Rachel Van Dyken, I think is one, and then Hello Stranger by Catherine Center. And Catherine Center's newest book comes out this month, and I'm wondering if it's gonna come out by this week. Oh, I don't think so. No, okay. I say that because this week actually on, what day would it be? Thursday? I think on Thursday, me and my parents, we are going to Red Robin for dinner, and our tradition now is to go to Red Robin around my birthday and then go to Barnes & Noble, and it would have been so cool if I could pick up the physical copy of her newest book. I tried to do that last year, actually. If you remember the vlogs, I chatted about how the paper quality of her newest book in the Barnes & Noble was like, the paper quality sucked. I don't know what was going on with that, so I didn't end up grabbing it. But I did actually end up listening to it on audio, and I thought it was pretty good, but it was not one of her like 4 to 5 star romances for me. Or was it? I remember the beginning not being so fun. Not fun, that's really dramatic, but like not so great, and then it got better. I don't know. So yeah, I was talking about the book club. See, this is always what happens. I just never remember what I'm talking about or why I got on a certain topic. But anyways, so yeah, Friday was the book club. And then, so yeah, definitely go vote in the poll if you haven't already. It might be closed by the time this video goes up. But as of right now, I believe One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid is going to be our pick. And that book is so, so, so good. It was so good. I really do recommend it. Like, if you're not usually a reader, and you know, you maybe want to like participate in the book club in some way, this could be a good month. I really truly loved that book so much, and I'm very excited to reread it. The premise of the book is basically about this girl and her, okay, so I think it was either a boyfriend, fiance, husband, something. I genuinely cannot remember, but gets lost basically in a plane crash and is gone for a certain amount of time, and so she moves on during that time. She does all the things, and she finds someone else, and then lo and behold, this guy comes back. They find him, he comes back, and so then she has to pick between the two. Can I be honest? I don't remember who she ends up picking. I don't remember, so it's gonna be a fresh experience for me. To be fair, I'm sure I'll read some of the book and then go, oh no, I remember exactly how this is gonna go. But I am really excited to reread it, and I do think Natalie's going to enjoy it. So I really truly, if that premise sounds interesting, you should totally try to check out the book. It is a really good book, and I think I gave it 5 stars. I feel like that one I had to have given 5 stars. I feel like that could not have been a 4.5, but maybe it was. But anyways, that's most likely going to be our book club pick. Imagine it's not, then I'm just eating my words, but I'm sure it is. Because that is very definitely what is winning right now. But anyways, so the book club with Natalie went really, really well. We read The Institute by Stephen King, and that was good. I ended up landing on a 3.5 star rating, which I feel like is above average for sure, because 3 stars is average. I feel like that was like just above average for me. Definitely pretty good. I thought the book was like a little bit too long, but if you want to hear both of our kind of spoilered thoughts, definitely go check out Natalie's channel, and you can watch the replay of the book club. But that was a lot of fun, and actually for once we had a very similar rating, which it's been a minute since we've had a very similar rating on a book. Usually we end up actually quite polar opposite, which is kind of funny, but not for The Institute. So yeah, and actually, you know, usually Stephen King's books are pretty scary. This one was not. This one was not, and I was a little bit surprised, honestly, that this one was not a horror book. But I guess I should have known. Goodreads definitely did not say it was horror, so I don't know why I assumed it would be. But, so yeah, that was a lot of fun, and that was Friday. Yesterday, I unfortunately woke up with a headache, okay? This is gonna play back into the story later. I woke up with a headache, and I went to my parents' house for breakfast, lunch, hung out over there for a while, and then came back home and basically just powered through the rest of Olivia the Witch Student. I really wanted to get her done yesterday. I was like, this is so much color blocking that, like, I feel like I can zip my way through the end of this. And again, it really is not about doing that, but I feel like if you get it, you get it, of just like going through the end, just like powering through the end and just getting it done, because, you know, so many other beauties in my collection I want to complete. But I did end up finishing Olivia last night, or not last night, yesterday afternoon. And so it took me just over 2 weeks to complete her, like 2 weeks and a day, which is definitely a record for me. I'm not usually a speedy diamond painter, and it definitely probably has to do with the color blocking on that diamond painting. I'm so sad that you're not really able to get her anymore because she is discontinued, but if this is a painting that you're interested in, you definitely can check out D-Stash Facebook groups. You know, sometimes I will see her pop up. She's not one I see pop up super duper often. The alternative, if you're willing to use your Treasure Quest cards, if you get Mrs. Butterdee's permission, like written permission to reprint Olivia the Witch Student, you can redeem your custom for that as well. So if that's a canvas that you're dying to get your hands on, that is a way you can go about it as well. So, I mean, otherwise, yeah, I recommend putting like an in search of post in a D-Stash group or something like that, and hopefully you're able to get your hands on it. I'm grateful that past Michaela has very similar taste to current Michaela, and, you know, was good with getting that painting when it initially had dropped. But I will say though, I do wonder, like, would I have purchased this canvas now given the amount of color blocking in the background? I don't 100% know, if I'm being honest. I really don't know, but she was a lot of fun, and it made her go quickly, and honestly that kind of made it a little bit out of my comfort zone, which is also a good thing. So I don't know, I had a lot of fun with her, and keep your eyes peeled for a post review. I assume I'm gonna do a post review on Tuesday. If I had to take a guess, that'll go up Tuesday, so that'll be good, and then I can kit down the drills, and I'll have another empty storage container, which I'm not like in a rush to kit her down or anything, but I am really glad that she's done and over with. And I was also working on her for the Year of the Witches that I'm doing. Yeah, some of these drills are just not sticking to the canvas. Maybe if I dirty up actually the putty just a little bit by like tapping it on my shirt, that might do the trick. But so yeah, I'm doing the Year of the Witches, which basically each month I'm doing a different seasonal witch, and my spring witch happened to be Olivia, and so my next witch is going to be the summer witch, which is so many witches, which is going to be Satura by Margaret Morales, which I am really excited to work on Satura. She is one of my favorite Margaret Moraleses. You know, it's funny because when I was working on Lumina and I wasn't sure like when I would actually finish Lumina, which I finished Lumina back mid-April, I was kind of thinking to myself, I'm like, I really don't want me finishing Lumina to fall really closely to when I start Satura, because I don't know if I could do like 2 Margarets back to back like that. I feel like it would just be like sad to see both of them go like that. And I'm like, Michaela, that was so dramatic because like you literally finished Lumina in mid-April and she is literally your summer witch. So you have any time in June, July, August to complete Satura. She probably won't be a June canvas for me, because in June I'm going to work on her summoning, and honestly she might be closer to August if I had to take a guess. Well, honestly, I can't even say that. I don't know when I'm going to get to her, but it'll be sometime during the summer. And of course, like once it hits closer to summer, I'll have a better idea of what I want to do. But I mean, I guess anytime starting in June, I definitely could work on her. So we will kind of see what ends up happening, how the plans end up kind of getting rolled out. But yeah, I finished Olivia. And then when I finished Olivia, I laid in my chair for 2 hours trying to kick the headache that I had, because I was going out to dinner with a friend and we were supposed to go to karaoke for my birthday, for like an early birthday celebration for me. And unfortunately, so the headache never went away. I had taken stuff earlier in the day, like twice earlier in the day. It never went away. So my friend and I ended up going out to dinner, and that was really nice. We went to a really great local place, and I got a chicken Caesar salad, which Caesar salad is my favorite food. I am not afraid to say that Caesar salad is like the best food on the planet. I don't know what it is. I just think it's amazing. But I got a chicken Caesar salad. Actually, no, she got a Cobb salad. Who are we just getting salads? Like, hello? But this place particularly has really good chicken, like crispy chicken, and they have really good buffalo chicken. Oh my gosh. I was debating between getting the chicken Caesar salad and the buffalo chicken sandwich or wrap. I would have been fine with either, but I did end up landing on the Caesar salad because this headache was also bringing along nausea. So was it a migraine? I don't know, maybe, probably not if I was able to like go out and about, but it was definitely a headache that included nausea, which sucked, but it's fine. And the salad was a good choice for that reason. But we did that, and then, you know, we were sitting in the car and she's like, well, what do you want to do? I'm like, I feel bad about like not going to karaoke because like I want to go, but I feel like going into a bar is like a bad idea because it's just going to be really, really loud. And I can't imagine that's going to help my headache. And so we did go to the bar for, did I miss any of the symbol? I feel like I'm going to put this away and then I'm going to be like, I missed a symbol. I only have 2 colors left of this section. That's nuts. That's crazy. Do I? Or I think so. That's so crazy. Anyways, I'm like, let's just go and just see, right? Like how the noise level is. So we went over to the bar. We take 2 steps in. It is loud. Of course it was. It's a bar. And so I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I can't. So we left. And we went back to my apartment and she dropped me off, and she's like, it's totally fine. We will absolutely just take a rain check on the karaoke. Hopefully, because it's like approaching summer, that this place is going to do karaoke a little bit more often. So usually they do it once a month, but I think they stopped after October and they're doing it again now that it's May. So I'm hoping in June we can go. But yeah, that was like a little bit disappointing just from the standpoint of like, I was really looking forward to going to karaoke. Like, of course, I'm still glad that we went to dinner, but a little bit sad we never did. We never did karaoke, but actually, hold on, I need to restart the camera. So I like how I start the camera and I don't remember what I was talking about. Even though I could have waited till I remembered. So yeah, we ended up going back to my apartment and we're taking a rain check on the karaoke. She went home and I ended up crashing at like 9:30 last night, which is so early for me for a weekend. Like, I mean, I don't stay up that late on the weekends, but like definitely past 9:30. So yeah, that was kind of a bummer, but I did wake up this morning feeling a lot better, which is good. But yeah, that was kind of disappointing, but it kind of is what it is, obviously. So yeah, that was yesterday. And then today I woke up with my alarm, which did surprise me because I had gone to bed at 9:30 and I have my alarm set for 7:30. So I did wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning feeling kind of rested, and I did contemplate getting up, and I'm like, no, Michaela, it is 6:09 in the morning. Go go back to sleep, you hooligan. So I did go back to sleep, and my alarm woke me up at 7:30, and today, me and my parents, we went to the Summerfest grounds. So at the Summerfest grounds, they were doing an MS walk, and one of my parents' family friends has MS and invited us and some other people to go and do the walk, and so we did that. It basically was like a walk around the lake, like a mile walk around the lake, and it was really, really nice, and my parents had brought Zeus. Zeus had a good time, but I think like having a lot of people around was making him a little bit anxious, which I felt so bad. And I don't know, I think he turns 11 this month, and he likes walks a lot, but I do think he's kind of getting up there in age where like he can't walk as far as he used to. He gets a little bit more tired a little bit easily, but he definitely spent all afternoon napping apparently, which I do not blame him. So yeah, we did that walk, you know, around the lake. It was really, really beautiful. I feel like downtown Milwaukee, Lake Michigan is always so pretty, and I'm not really down there a lot, so it was really nice to do that. But, oh, see, I did miss a couple of those symbols. Of course I did. Of course I did. With this canvas particularly, I'm always going to be missing symbols. That's okay. So we did that today, and then I came home and had lunch, and then I ended up actually doing more work for my new kind of diamond painting organization process. I hadn't worked on that in a while, but if you are unaware, I am kind of reorganizing my diamond paintings. I have a pretty large stash, and I feel like the boxes of the diamond paintings take up like a lot of room, which they do. So I am transitioning a lot of my diamond paintings into totes, like buckets, and getting rid of the boxes, like recycling the boxes. So I had started doing it a couple of weeks ago. I got through a couple, I got through like maybe like 15 or 16 of the diamond paintings a couple weeks ago, and I hadn't touched it since because of the wedding, and just, you know, when I had downtime, I just wanted to like diamond paint or not really worry about organizing. But I was like, you know, honestly, today could be a good day to like keep working on that. So I did more of that today, and I have diamond paintings all throughout the house, all throughout my apartment. And so I had a good amount in my closet that's in my bedroom, and I completely cleared out that closet, and I have filled up almost 2 totes full of diamond paintings, which is really, really solid, and I will have to show you guys progress in my vlog. I definitely meant to do that when I was initially starting, sorry, my chair, when I was initially starting the project, but I just didn't. But I'll definitely have to show you guys that because I think it's interesting, and I want to take you guys along the journey of that, but I had thought about doing like a whole video on it, but then I started the video when I was starting doing the project, and I was like, oh, never mind, I think this is gonna be too much for me to handle, so I just decided to, you know, to scrap the actual video, which I do think the video could have been interesting, but I didn't want to stress myself out with a video on top of like the whole project as a whole. So I think vlog updates is probably going to be the move. I just haven't done a vlog update, but yeah, maybe this week I will. But yeah, so I did some more of that today, which took up like an hour and a half-ish, and then I diamond painted a little bit and listened to some of my audiobook. I am currently listening to Overruled by Lana Ferguson. I do like Lana Ferguson quite a bit, but if you have never read any of her romance books before, she is heavy on the spice. Like, this book, literally, like, the first chapter was, like, spice. Which, you know, I read a variety of authors that do romance books that do things differently. She goes straight into the spice, which is not for everybody, so just a fair warning. But the book itself is pretty interesting so far. I will be curious to see where it goes, and honestly, that's my plan tonight. I am going to listen to some of that book and keep diamond painting, I think. I think that'll be the plan tonight. That sounds like a fun plan. So, yeah, I started, or I continued listening to that this afternoon just a little bit and diamond painted. And then I was like, you know, I kind of want to save a good amount of this section for the whip and chat because this is a good angle to have like the camera set up is this very end of the diamond painting. And then I was like, if I gotten more of this section done before, so if I had not finished this section, let's say I started here with the whip and chat and then I finished the section, but I wasn't done with the whip and chat, then I'd have to like fully reset up and like move the tape on not on camera, but like it would just have been a pain. So I'm like, that's fine. I'm gonna hop in the shower and then I'm going to film my whip and chat a little bit early tonight. So timing wise, what time is it? It is 4:47. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit earlier than I think I've been doing these videos lately. So I wanted to get this whip and chat filmed so that way I can kind of just get it scheduled and up for tomorrow. And then tonight, I guess plan wise for tonight, I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna chill and listen to more of my audiobook, try to get another section done of my custom, of course, and I am curious if like we're gonna get into any sort of more color blocking in this painting. We might not. It's fine if we don't. That's okay. It's fine. This is just a lot of confetti. So we're going to see kind of how far I can get on this over the next few days. Try to get a row done and then maybe switch over to Harmony in the Highlands just as a little change of pace. And that'll be that. But I guess plan-wise for me this upcoming week, I don't know. I don't really know what's going on this week. Tomorrow I have an appointment after work, but that's about it. Oh, I guess on Thursday, I'm probably going out to dinner with my parents to Red Robin, like I said earlier. And Tuesday, I might go to the office for work Tuesday. I don't know yet. I don't really know what's 100% happening yet. So, also, I need a drink of my water. My throat is going on me. But anyways, so that's kind of my plan for me this week and plan for tonight. But yeah, I hope everyone, had a really great weekend. I feel like mine was pretty decent. I'm just glad that the headache went away. I really am glad that it finally went away. That was nuts. That was really nuts. But anyways, I guess diamond painting related stuff. I know I already talked about how I finished Olivia. Again, so thrilled about that. And I'm officially back down to 2 focus projects, which is exactly where I want to be, which is awesome. And I don't know, I'm really excited to get to focus in on these 2 projects. And I'm excited, like, that I can work on, well, honestly, this project to kind of wrap up with Zeus's birthday month and my birthday month, but also work on Harmony in the Highlands during May and June. I feel like that's a great time of year to work on Harmony in the Highlands. I feel like it kind of gives that vibe in the image. So I'm excited about that. I'm really, really content with kind of how the timing of this all landed. You guys probably know I was very unsure on where the timing was gonna land. Where is the letter H? I don't know where anything is in my containers. It's been too long since I picked up this project. I do really think it has been, oh, it's in the smaller container. I really do think it's been like, I don't know, 2 months since I worked on this project or Harmony in the Highlands. And what I will say is that the grid on this painting is fantastic. I mean, granted, this was, produced last year, so like nothing old about this at all, but I don't know, I just feel like the grid is really nice on this and nothing beats this grid. I do really like it. So anyways, yeah, that's diamond painting, projects, I guess. As for Diamond Art Club releases this past weekend, I hope everyone got what they wanted. So here's what I ended up doing yesterday. I decided just to go for the Margaret Morales and the Art by Julia. Those 2 were my non-negotiable must-haves, and in my brain I was like, okay, it's possible the Jeremiah Kettner will last a little bit longer than the others, and if so, I will come back and get it with points, because I'm not going to be pressed if I miss it. So I, just thought that in my head. So I will say that I am wondering if the load-in times of the diamond paintings have changed a little bit, because usually if you log on like a minute or 2 early and start refreshing, that they will pop up, but I do think that they've kind of changed it to be exactly at 11. But anyways, I was able to get my diamond paintings in my cart, and what I did notice actually is a pop-up when I was checking out being like, you are, next in line in the queue or something like that, which was new. I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna get this. And then it went through, but I don't know, let me know in the comments if you got that same little pop-up, but I was a little bit nervous there for a minute, but I did get my diamond paintings, and this was a Margaret Morales, I think it's Duchess Capella, that instantly is gonna go in my rainy day stash. It's the colors, it's the little distinguished gentleman, little cat. So freaking cute, and I am really glad that I was able to snag it, and it looks like these diamond paintings aren't going to be in the warehouse for a bit, so no big deal. I have a huge stash to keep me busy, but yeah, I really do hope that everyone that wanted, you know, diamond paintings were able to get it this weekend. There were a lot of sellouts, so yeah, I did not end up getting the Jeremiah Kettner is what I'm saying. That did not end up coming home with me, which is fine. I will turn on restock notifications and hopefully snatch it up at a restock at some point. I have some other smaller Jeremiah Kettners that definitely scratch that same itch for me, so I'm definitely not too mad about that at all. But I did go back in with points though, and I did grab the Steve Sundrum. So I was either gonna grab just the Steve Sundrum with points or the Steve Sundrum and the Jeremiah Kettner. So glad I was able to get the Sundrum. I don't know what it is about the Steve Sundrums. I just do love a good Steve Sundrum. He is such a good artist, and I don't know, I feel like I'm pretty picky with landscapes and with seascapes and all that stuff, but I don't know, that little sea turtle, little seascape did the trick for me, so I am really glad I was able to snatch that one up, and it'll go great in the collection of the Sundrums. But yeah, I hope you guys were able to get what you wanted. Definitely let me know down below what you ended up grabbing over the weekend. And what else diamond painting wise? I'm trying to think if there's much else on the diamond painting side of things. I honestly don't think so, but I'm so close to being done with this section. I literally just have like this little bit left, but it's so much like single placing. But I guess I can chat with you guys a little bit about videos that are coming up for me this week as of right now. Obviously very subject to change, but as of right now, you know, the whip and chat today, and then I'm thinking about doing the post review for Olivia the Witch Student, and I find it really a little bit tricky, you know, debating if I want to do a post review for a diamond painting that is archived like that, and one that really is hard to get on a D-stash. But I mean, I would still like to see post reviews from people personally, even if the kit's discontinued, because, you know, even though it's a little bit harder to get, like I do know there are some other resources that I can utilize to try to get it. It's not fully unavailable, like it is, but you know what I mean? Like you still can get it off a D-stash. It's a little harder, or a lot harder, but, or if you have it in your stash, sometimes, you know, it helps people decide if they want to push it up the list, or honestly, sometimes it helps decide for people to de-stash it, you know, like, that also could be useful for that kind of thing. So, I do think I'm going to do a post review for Olivia the Witch Student on Tuesday, and then I'm not too sure yet about what I want to do on Thursday. I don't know. I did see that Kate from Kate's Creative Space and Natalie Dye Coke and Diamonds have both done this type of video, but doing your top 10 things you like to diamond paint, that could be kind of interesting to do as a video. I don't even know what my top 10 would be. I don't know. I feel like I like a lot of things. I don't know. Yeah, we'll kind of see. I haven't 100% decided, but I feel like I need to finish this section on camera since I'm so close to finishing it. So I'm going to try my best here, but that's kind of on the docket for me this week. I cannot believe that we're in the thick of May now, in the thick of May. That was a weird way to word it, but like, yeah, I can't believe it's May already, and I hope everyone had a really productive April, whatever that, you know, may look like for you. I'm excited for May. I mean, May is my birthday month, and actually this upcoming weekend, we are doing a kind of combined birthday celebration for me and then Mother's Day celebration. So seeing a bunch of family. Actually, I guess that's another thing I can quickly talk about as I do these last few drills is this weekend, I think on Friday. Yeah, this has got to be on Friday. Oh, I'm so excited. My uncles are coming into town. I don't know how I forgot about that. My uncles live in Palm Springs, and I think I saw them last, I swear it could not have been when my grandma died. It could not have been that long ago. No, I must have seen them in between 2 years ago and now. I don't believe for 2 seconds it was 2 years ago. I really do think there had to have been an in-between time, but I haven't seen them in a bit, and I'm really excited to see them. They're going to be in town for a bit, and they're going to be here through my birthday, which is exciting. So yeah, that's happening, and actually my parents have a couple, I missed another one of those drills. Of course I did. My parents have some family friends, actually my mom's old pen pal from high school or middle school. They still keep in touch, and they live in Australia, and they are actually coming to Wisconsin Sunday through Tuesday. So not like this week, but like next week, Sunday through Tuesday. So I'm getting ahead of myself here a little bit, but it'll be really nice to see them as well. I haven't seen them since I think my sister's wedding, which was back in 2017, a long time ago. Not like that long. I mean, no, that was a long time ago. That was like 9 years ago. LOL. I finished this section. Yeah, this is a lot of confetti. But I am really glad I was able to kind of wrap up this section on camera with you guys, and I'm excited to start row number 2 tonight. Not row number 2, that's definitely like row number 7 or 8, but you know, start the next row tomorrow, or tonight. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go because I'm talking out of my butt. Anyways, if you made it all the way to the end, of course, let me know what you were working on in the comments, and leave me, I don't know, this is grass. This is like a bokeh effect plus grass. Is there a grass emoji? Honestly, there's more likely probably a tree emoji. Leave me a tree emoji down below, and that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you're not already, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye, guys.